To film our opening, we used a HD digital camera. This meant that the shots were of a higher quality, meaning the production looked more professional overall. At points, like for the teaser trailer, we used iPhones to film short clips. These shots were shaky and amateur looking, so we only used a small amount of these clips, as we wanted our production, including rough cuts and trailers, to look as professional as possible. Once I was taught how to use the basic tools on Final Cut Pro, it became an easy way to edit videos quickly. We used Final Cut Pro to edit our vodcasts, the teaser trailer, rough cuts, and the final cut. The built-in effects came in handy as we used these throughout the entire editing process. An example of one of these effects is the day into night effect. This effect was useful when we had footage that was shot in daylight but would have been more effective and realistic at night time. The titles and credits were all done using Final Cut Pro 2, which is a simple task to complete. We used LiveType to create both our individual idents and our company ident. This software was very difficult to get the hang of at first, as there were many different effects and tools to use, which became confusing at times. However, once we began to use it more often, it became easier to use and was very effective at making our idents look professional. We first used GarageBand to add sound to our idents. Once we were taught how to add and record soundtracks, it became an easy software to use. As well as our idents, we used GarageBand to soundtrack our entire film opening. Because there is so much choice and the option to record your own soundtrack entirely from scratch, it took us a long time to pick out what sounded best and to layer it all up to fit with our opening. We have used Blogger to document the research and planning of our slasher opening. It is a useful website which allows us as a group to communicate with each other and embed videos from each other's blogs onto our own. It is easy to enter hyperlinks to other sources on the internet and upload our work so that it is organised and all in one place. We created links lists to order our posts, which makes it easier to find particular blog posts rather than scrolling through the blog archive. We all individually created YouTube accounts, which allowed us to upload our vodcasts, teaser trailers, rough cuts, and the final cut. By doing this, it allowed us to market our productions to a wider global audience and to get feedback and constructive criticism. YouTube has also enabled us to research past Corsook productions and other videos related to slasher films to give us more ideas about what to include in our production. We can also share our videos onto other social networking sites, such as Facebook and Twitter, which allow us to gain more feedback. We used Internet Movie Database a lot for research into other slasher films. The website was easy to navigate and enabled us to look up a range of information about slasher films we were researching. There is a vast amount of information about production companies too, including indie companies like ourselves. This allowed us to gain access to useful information